Welcome to the Product Growth Podcast, practical product and growth intelligence for people building in India. I'm Meera.
And I'm Arjun. Today we're getting into Google's $15 Vizag data center fuels India's AI infrastructure race. Daily Brief, 28th of August, 2026. Let's dig in. Okay, three things jumped out at me this morning. Google dropping $15 billion into Vizag, OpenAI running ads in India, and Stripe walking away from a $53 billion PayPal deal. Let's get into it.
That Vizag number is the one I keep coming back to. $15 billion, 1 gigawatt of capacity. That's not a data center, that's a policy statement.
Break that down. Why Vizag specifically?
Fast approvals, that's the whole story. Adani and Airtel are backing the corridor. But the real unlock is that Andhra Pradesh moved permits faster than any other state. When the state acts like a co-founder, private capital clusters, that's the pattern.
So the lesson for builders isn't just AI infrastructure is coming, it's watch which state does this next.
Exactly. Karnataka already has a head start. Tamil Nadu is in the race. Wherever you see that state plus private stack forming, that's where your infra costs drop and your latency improves. That's a real input to your product roadmap.
And Karnataka's doing something interesting on the software side too. They're piloting voice AI with 11 labs, skilling, health, citizen services.
Which connects directly back to the infrastructure story. You need compute close to the user for low latency voice. Vizag being a 1 gigawatt facility means that corridor can actually support state-scale voice deployments. These two stories are the same story. Hardware enabling software at government scale.
That's a real connection. So if you're building an edtech product right now, the RFP opportunity isn't in the metros.
It's in district-level government procurement, voice-first, vernacular, designed for users who aren't fully text-literate. Karnataka is the proof of concept. Other states will copy this playbook. Get your product RFP ready before the tender drops.
Let's talk about the Stripe PayPal thing, because that number is wild. $53 billion and they just walked away?
Reuters reported the consortium valued PayPal at over $53 billion in July, and now Advent and Stripe have dropped it entirely. What that tells me is the deal math didn't work at that price. PayPal's growth story is complicated in mature markets.
So where does that capital go?
Emerging markets. Regulatory headwinds in the US and EU are brutal right now. India's fintech regulatory environment, while not perfect, is more predictable than it was 3 years ago. When a $53 billion deal stalls in the West, the PE firms and the strategic players start looking east. Founders should be ready for that conversation.
Okay, now the one that I think will hit every SaaS builder listening, ChatGPT ads in India.
This is a big structural shift. OpenAI is targeting logged-in adult users on the free tier. WPP and Omnicom are the first agency partners. And critically, Plus Pro, Business, Enterprise, Education all stay ad-free, so they've built a clean two-tier model.
And the pressure this creates on SaaS.
If you're selling an AI-assisted content tool, a copy-gen product, a writing assistant, OpenAI just monetized the free tier of your competition. They don't need to charge users to sustain the product. That compresses your margin and your pricing power simultaneously.
So the play for Indian SaaS builders is, don't compete on the commodity layer.
Go vertical. Deep workflow integration, industry-specific data, compliance features that a generic ChatGPT interface can't replicate. The builders who survive this are the ones who are 10 layers deep in a specific use case.
Swiggy going to 201 railway stations. I love this one. Kolhapur, Wardha, Shahdol. These aren't your typical Swiggy markets.
That's precisely the point. Railways are a captive audience with a known delivery window. Swiggy's not fighting Zomato for the Bengaluru dinner slot. They're using Indian railways as distribution infrastructure. Wardha doesn't have a dense last-mile network, but it has a train schedule.
The takeaway for builders here is broader than food delivery, right?
Much broader. Map underutilized physical networks, metros, buses, highway rest stops, and ask what product or service fits the captive user in that moment. That's a channel insight, not a vertical one.
Let me run through the rest quickly. Meta settled a lawsuit, $16.68 billion, over social media harms to children, with 29 U.S. states.
And that number matters because it sets a global precedent. If you're building a consumer app with any youth audience in India, You need safety architecture built in from day one, not bolted on after a regulator knocks.
Health infrastructure, 160 district hospitals getting trauma care upgrades by March 2027. Union Health Minister Nada reviewed it personally.
Government capex at district level is a real procurement opportunity. If you're in health tech, build interoperable systems that can plug into district hospitals. That's your anchor buyer.
NVIDIA paused its revenue-sharing deals with AI cloud companies. Just stepped back last week.
Cloud builders who were relying on chip revenue splits need a rethink. Own your IP, own your moat. You can't build a business on a partnership that NVIDIA can pause in a week.
And India's EV market. 57 lakh electric vehicles registered, 7% penetration projected to hit 20 lakh crore rupees by 2030. Gadkari's numbers.
The TAM is enormous, but the real opportunity right now is fleet and government, not consumer. Model your unit economics for corporate and government anchor buyers over 3 to 5 years. Consumer EV adoption will come, but the early money is in fleet management, charging infra, and battery logistics.
So if you're building in this space, go B2B first.
B2B first, use the revenue to survive until consumer penetration crosses 20%. That's when the consumer unit economics start making sense.
Okay, the one thing I want every builder to walk away with today. What's yours?
Track state infrastructure signals the way you track funding rounds. Vizag got $15 billion because Andhra Pradesh moved fast on permits. Karnataka is piloting voice AI with 11 labs. These are the real early signals of where compute costs drop, where government contracts emerge, and where distribution unlocks. If you're not mapping state policy the same way you map market size, you're missing half the picture. That's the short version. There's more depth in the full piece on productgrowth.in.
Thanks for listening to the Product Growth Podcast. Keep building, and we'll catch you in the next one.